1st October 2024.
In Ambazonia.
No be child's play day. Shake no day. Shake no day.
To the commander of the net parade, who is taking that command. We have nobody than us. We should know that when a military convoy
1st October 2024.
there must be escort.
No be child's play day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the era from Mama, Lieutenant General Pepe, who will accompany him, will soon arrive. The Bolivar
Ambazonia Defense Forces, the vanguards of the Ambazonia War of Independence.
And more, who have all gathered here to watch this parade. This is the military parade. Let us all rise up and welcome the Major General for Mama, Major General Sumanguru, assisted by Lieutenant General Pepe. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The commander will salute him in the military way. The Major and the Lieutenant General will inspect the soldiers. That is inspection. That is what we call in the military jargon, inspection of soldiers. It is being done by the Lieutenant. All of you should watch this. He salutes the flag. He moves in front. He untied it. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you should watch. This is a trained military, a military that has a command structure. He is putting up the flag and
1st October 2024.
he will demonstrate. Remember that this flag, it is one of the symbols of our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, he salutes the flag. He will be taking the second flag, who is an alliance with the Biafrans. It is the Biafran flag. This flag is an indication that Biafrans are putting a strong alliance with Ambazonia to fight, to bundle the occupier out of our land of birth. Thank you. We will watch as Commander Ezokunu Ebululo of the Biafran will be taking up the flag. He salutes the flag.
Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Good evening to the great, resilient, and dedicated people of Ambazonia. Without freedom, there will be no justice for Ambazonia. Without freedom, there will be no accountability for Ambazonia. Without freedom, there will be no justice for the Ambazonian people. Without freedom, there will be no accountability on what Cameroon has done to the Ambazonian people, on the crimes Mr. Biya, the Cameroon terrorist occupation forces, and the Cameroon occupation administrators have done to the Ambazonian people. The freedom of Ambazonia is the only path that will ensure justice for the Ambazonian people. And the freedom of Ambazonia is the ultimate justice that we seek. Without the freedom for the Ambazonian people, Cameroon, the international system, the international community, the international legal instruments will not hold Cameroon responsible and accountable for their war crimes and their crimes against the Ambazonian people. Cameroon has made a series of attempts to deceive, to manipulate the international system. Cameroon has made a series of attempts to deceive even its own people. Cameroon has recruited, as we all know, thousands of Ambazonians to act as spoilers. It's a natural phenomenon in every conflict. What we have proven as a people is that we are sophisticated, we are very savvy, we are very complex. We understand Cameroon more than Cameroon understands itself. We understand the Biya regime more than they even know themselves. We know their methods, we know their tactics, we know their moves. We understand their psychology and even their DNA. That is why we have put in place policies, actions to make sure the Ambazonian people remain focused, we remain determined, we remain committed to that which we've all have decided as a people. Yesterday, the Vice President of Ambazonia Governing Council, the Deputy Leader of the Liberation, addressed the Ambazonian people and gave the Ambazonian people 3 things as takeaways. Before we do that, there is a video that has emerged from the colonial state. The confession from a colonial senator appointed by Mr. Biya from the Ambazonia territory, from the colonial enabler of genocide, occupation, and colonialism. Mr. Mbela Moki confessed in the Colonial House of Senate that the seat in the Colonial Senate, they do nothing, and with the upcoming presidential elections, How are they going back to the so-called constituencies to persuade them to vote for the CPDM government? Listen and watch for yourself.
Mr. Minister, everyday Cameroonians are dying because of bad. How? For how long are we going to cry as a people? For how long are Cameroonians going to shout out? We have elections next year. What do you want us? Look, we are leaving this place, for those of us who live in the communities, we are not safe because people will say we have gone and voted what? People will ask those questions. We don't have answers, no matter what CRTV is trying to portray now. Areas. I come from the southwest. We have 6 divisions. How many of those divisions are adequately linked to the regional headquarters? The regional headquarters itself is not linked to the economic capital, which is the way out. Now, we condemn English-speaking Cameroonians for being terrorists. Let me reveal this to all of you, the government bench. You are giving a lot of work to our gallant military boys. If you want to condemn the people of Lebialem and say they subscribe to Ambazonia tendencies, it is simple. The bottom line is underdevelopment. There are no roads. The minister mentioned Ekondo Titi Kumba here when he last came here. There is no road to Ekondo Titi, sir. Even a motorbike cannot go to Ekondo Titi. Let us be frank. We cannot be pretending here. We should call a spade a spade. People have resorted to going by sea to Ndian Division. Mr. President, I understand you, but give me some time to cry to you. Translate the cry of Cameroonians to you. This is what I'm saying. It is appalling. It is bad. The situation is bad. Other speakers have mentioned areas I don't want to mention. But look at, you cannot travel from economic capital to the national capital. You cannot travel to Kribi, which is to sell Cameroon the future of our nation. Mr. Minister, we saw you signing a document saying that there will be a road from Bikoko to West Coast Idi now. The people of the west, of the southwest, are used to what you are trying to do. A contract was signed to plant a bitumen plant in Limbe. Till date, it is not there. A cement factory, it is not there. The Limbe seaport, all, Tico airport, is this, tell us, is this another deception? Mr. President, no. Let us end this.
Is this another deception? Yes, it is another deception. First of all, they won't even allow him to speak. The colonial president of the Senate will not even allow Mr. Mbela Moki to speak. He has to beg to speak. He has to plead to speak. He has to go down on his knees and beg the colonial masters to allow him to speak. Because they don't want to hear the truth. The moment you start to speak the truth, they shut you out. The moment you start to expose the state, they shut you out. You've watched the video. Look at the faces of the people they call senators. Look at the faces of people they call senators. Look at their faces. Lifeless humans. They are not there because they care about Cameroon. Mbelamuki is not there because he cares about the people of Fako or the people of the Southwest. Biya is not governing Cameroon because he loves the Cameroonian people. Neither does Diongute or Atanganjipo. Why is he there at the age of 90? One simple reason. Because of the contracts they have signed with international economic hitmen. The people that guarantees their continuity in power. The foreign multinationals. Those are the people keeping Mbelamuki and the rest of those that are sitting in the Senate in power. That's why they can't talk about roads. He asks a simple question. Elections are coming up. What do you want me to go say to those people as to the reason why they should support the CPDM? You know why the people in Libya want independence? You know why the people of Libya are standing up in support of Ambazonia? Because you exploit their natural resources and you don't reciprocate in terms of development. Because of your terrorism. Because of your human rights abuses. Because of your military oppression. Cameroon is about to explode. Cameroon is about to explode. They have run out of options. Yesterday, the vice president told the Ambazonian people, Norway detention of Dr. Cho Ayaba is politically motivated by Cameroon. It's been 2 months and 2 weeks that he's under detention. They have not been able to find anything that constitutes a crime he's committed. It's been 2 months and 2 weeks. The allegations by Cameroon that he has committed war crimes or crimes against humanity that triggered the arrest. It's been 2 months and 2 weeks. The Norwegian intelligence services have not gone to Ambazonia to investigate those allegations. The Norwegian police have not traveled to Cameroon and to Ambazonia to independently investigate those allegations. So they are depending on images that have been uploaded on social media by Cameroon. Two months, 2 weeks. They can't find anything. So why are you still keeping him in jail? You've not been able to find anything to incriminate him and to charge him with a crime. Why are you keeping him in jail? Because Cameroon is struggling to find a path to a political transition or to the re-election of Mr. Biya. And Cameroon wants some form of a peaceful environment in which they can justify why they should conduct elections in Cameroon and in Ambazonia. And Dr. Cho Ayaba, the leader of the Ambazonian people, the effectiveness of his leadership, his ability to inspire the forces and the population to stand firm, to resist Cameroon occupation, and to dismantle Cameroon illegal institutions of occupation in Ambazonia, has become a threat to the exploitation of multinationals. Norway companies are now benefiting from Cameroon's occupation in Ambazonia. It has nothing to do with the rule of law. It has nothing to do with crimes being committed. It has everything to do with the schemes of the international system to keep you, the people of Ambazonia, under conditions that are unbearable. It has everything to do with the interest of their multinational companies. Because your freedom means you will be in charge of your natural resources and not a foreign occupier. That they use the foreign occupier to guarantee the foreign occupier access to power and continuity of power in exchange for free and cheap natural resources. That's what this is all about. They want Biya to remain in power. That's what this is all about. It's not about international law. It's not about even the Norwegian laws. It's all about the schemes they have used since 1960 against you, the Ambazonian people. That has also failed. Over the last 2 months and 2 weeks, Cameroon had predicted that if we can trigger a mechanism with which Dr. Cho can be taken out of the battlefield, then we will leave the Ambazonian people leaderless. They will not have anyone who can inspire them, who can unite them, who can empower them, who can encourage them, who can articulate their wants, their needs, their desires, their aspirations, and defend it forcefully. who has a mastery of both the international system, the legal system, and the human rights doctrine, to merge this triad together and make a case for Ambazonia. Cameroon had predicted, if we can trigger a mechanism with which Cho can be taken out of the battlefield, as the Bible says, without a vision, a people will perish. Without a leader, without a visionary leader, a people will perish. All the weaver birds that Cameroon tried to elevate, to fill in the space, to fill the gap, have failed Cameroon. All the recruited spoilers Cameroon wanted to use to fill this gap of leadership have failed Cameroon because they don't have what it takes to project themselves as leaders. They don't have what it takes to project themselves as credible actors. Mr. Bia, Mr. Diongute, it comes from inside. Leaders are born. They are not made. If you don't have it inside, you cannot give what you don't have. You can't give to someone else something you do not have. You can't express that which you are not. You have tried for 7 years. Over the last few weeks, you've started introducing a set of new actors, like the Asongu. They don't have it. They can't even convince themselves. They can't even make their own heart beat. You cannot replace the Ambazonian leadership. It's an organic process. You can go to Mars and come back. You cannot replace the Ambazonian leadership. Over the last 8 years, Ambazonian leaders, the authentic nationalist leaders, the brave generals and commanders on the ground, our brave fighters, have proven themselves. We are unwavering. We are consistent. We are very firm. Collectively, we know what we want. Cameroon will not define and decide what is good for Ambazonia and what Ambazonia should want. So when these experiments have failed, Cameroon has come back to your leadership. As we've said, they can go north, south, east, west, or they can even go to the center they will come back to where power resides, to the Ambazonian people. Over the last few days, the Cameroon occupation government has reached out to the leadership of Ambazonia Governing Council. The Cameroon colonial and occupation government of Mr. Paul Biya has reached out to the leadership of Ambazonia Governing Council. Has requested for meetings, that they want to talk. That they want to start the process of negotiation with Ambazonia. Here's what the Ambazonia Governing Council told Cameroon. We will not deal directly with Cameroon. We will deal with Cameroon through the international system. Any talks, any form of negotiation between Ambazonia and Cameroon will be done through third parties, through credible processes led by the international system. The Ambazonia Governing Council advised Cameroon that we will not engage in these processes of you start, you stop, and then you start over. Start, stop, and then start over. Start, stop, and then start over. The Ambazonia Governing Council will not do experiments and play games with Cameroon. If Cameroon is serious for genuine talks and negotiations, what we started in Canada laid the framework and the foundation for any future negotiation. The Canada pre-talks agreement is the foundation and the framework with which any other negotiation or talks between Ambazonia and Cameroon will be based on. It will be a continuity of that process. Ambazonians will not be manipulated by bringing spoilers, corrupt and recruited agents to fill in the gap of leadership and then take them to start a whole new process with a complete different agenda. The pre-talks of Canada, the pre-talks in Canada of 2022 are based on addressing the root cause of this conflict, an issue of Cameroon's occupation of Ambazonia. Fellow Ambazonians, Cameroon, the Norway, their detention of Dr. Cho Ayaba, the basis of that detention, of the arrest and detention of the leader, it be politically motivated, it be engineered by Cameroon for make sure say the Ambazonian liberation struggle it not get a credible leader where if it lead the Ambazonian people to independence and freedom. Their goal, now how Norway fi help Cameroon for get Dr. Cho, for keep it for continuous detention. Then Cameroon now, it will start a whole new process of deception and manipulation. Bring in new agents where they don't recruit them. For see if they use those people them, they push them up, and then they be like now, and they be the new leaders where they would speak on behalf of Ambazonia. It don't make now 2 months and 2 weeks. The government of Norway, it never fit for find anything. The Norwegian intelligence police or intelligence services, they never fit for find anything where the fit talk saying that the crime this way Dr. Cho a committer based on the allegation where Cameroon a file and say Dr. Cho Ayaba, he don't commit human rights crimes. He don't commit crimes against humanity. It cause the violence for Cameroon. Secondly, the Norwegian intelligence services or their police, themselves, they never fit for carry their own food, carry their own self, for travel to La Republique and to Ambazonia, for go investigate the allegations. They never fit for do them. So all this nonsense, all this mafia, all these games, they be based on certain videos where the Cameroon government, it don't create narratives about those videos and put them for social media. So the Norwegian intelligence services, their police services, they get a very hard time. For 2 months and 2 weeks, they never fit for come up with anything for lay one single charge on Dr. Cho Ayaba. So why did they still keep it? Because they want to try for help Cameroon for see if Cameroon this path of transition where Cameroon in one place, if they feel cool down the temperature of the conflict. Because according to them, the mistake where Cameroon they make them say, now Dr. Cho Ayaba, it be the most influential Ambazonian, and therefore now he gets so much of the command and authority on the ground, where without it there will be no Ambazonian resistance. Say without the leader, the war will come to an end and Cameroon will declare a sense of normalcy, and it will justify why the international community, if he allow Cameroon, make it conduct election next year, in the next 5 months. Now Cameroon wish that. For also use this period, say as Dr. Cho no dey, how then they fit prop up all these people then where they don't use them, corrupt them, bribe them, and see if they fit give them a voice. And then they will become now the new voice for speak for Ambazonia. Wetin Cameroon no know na say, if you not get something, you not fit give a gift to another person where you not get them. You not fit give a person, you not fit give money for person where you not get money. You not fit motivate another person where you never fit for motivate yourself. You not fit drink for a cup where not you know the inside. Person will not know how to swim. You not fit save another person where not fit swim. If you not get them inside, you not fit express them. That's why Cameroon they fail. That's why over the last 8 years, it no matter who they don't try for push her up, push her up, push her up. Because these people not get them inside. So they not fit give what they not get. Even if you carry them, you put them in front of Donald Trump, they not fit convince Trump. Because then CSF, they not fit convince themselves. They not fit sell to Trump anything saying a special status. Anything saying a devolution of power. According to the Bush herbalist. So it no matter who say Cameroon go, the people them that they even look them that they start for us and say, now the people them these, their personality, which they come up for their mob online, enough it justify which Cameroon they try for help them medicine. So when you put them, it no matter what they put them through or in front of an NGO, they not get the personality for represent which Cameroon they try for misrepresent them. If you not get them inside, you know if you express them. If you never embody them, it never become part of you. You know if you sell them to anybody. That's why I need to work. Waiting this last 2 months and a half. It don't prove them. Because most of these people them, they build their existence as a fight between them and Dr. Cho Ayaba from morning till night. Now where Ayaba no day, why they not fit project themselves? Because Ayaba don't become their weapon of social fame. Now we know they, none of them, if it project himself or herself as a credible actor. The Christmas Ebini, they don't even lost waiting for talk about. Because they don't create an enemy where it give them the voice. And the belief say, for fight Ayaba, it go make them become something. Now they be nowhere to be found. They know we can't tell the Ambazonian people anything about who side they want to take Ambazonia. Or wait till they feel offer them for Ambazonia. Or wait till they feel do them for the Ambazonian people then. They go pack themselves inside whether na Sokamif or na Skamif. From morning till night, Ayaba, AGovC and ADF. But themselves, they not fit come for outside. Can't talk saying that they think this who want to do for our people them, that they think this who will stand for, that they think this who will advocate for. They not get a personal sense of direction for the people them. Now the person where Cameroon don't create, gather all una fighty so that make una carry Ambazonia, una make Ambazonia leaderless. Una stand up for show Ambazonia, the kind leader where una be will be better than Dr. Cho Ayaba. Una can show the Ambazonian people them how much of a better leader una be in terms of vision, in terms of pragmatism, in terms of intelligence, in terms of complex skills, in terms of the understanding of the international system, in terms of the understanding of how to make this case, in terms of how to present yourself to the international system as a credible actor for this conflict. All una combine, they put una together in the last 6 weeks. Una never fit all combined in the last 6 weeks. None of una can stand for represent even 1% of waiting Dr. Cho Ayaba, he don't deliver them to the Ambazonian people and the place we don't take this conflict. Una be noise makers. Una be noise makers. None of una don't fit for stand for outside, for motivate the forces, for motivate the Ambazonian people, for inspire and empower and encourage and elevate them. None of una. Wanna know the difference? The difference because Dr. Cho focused for build an institution for the Ambazonian people then, and not for build himself as a one-man organization. Because Ambazonian liberation struggle not been a one-man team. Now an institutional thing. The world it deal with institutions, it need to deal with individuals. The world it deal with institutions, not be with individuals. You feel sing go up, you go down. The world it deal with institutions. The forces on the ground were commissioned by the Ambazonia Governing Council. Self-defense, EBB launched. Benedictwa of the Ambazonia War Council. He come for outside, he launch him, he tell the world, say, now we don't launch the armed resistance against Cameroon. The world is solve conflicts. If you look for the war for Israel and Palestine, as much as there is so many organizations with the Palestinian people, they get them, including the PLO, the war, it get primary actors, will it be led by Hamas. All the negotiations with the world, you don't put them together, whether now negotiations for ceasefire, negotiations for release of hostage, whether now negotiations for make chop begin to flow into Palestine. All those negotiations, the negotiations between Israel, the government of Israel, and Hamas. For Lebanon, the conflict for Lebanon between Lebanon and Israel, it is led by Hezbollah. All the talks about ceasefire and for end the conflict, and now who go control which area. They don't be led, those negotiations, those international negotiations, they don't take place now between Israel, Hezbollah, and the international community. The talks for Sudan, now two primary armed groups, the government and the resistance forces. When the United Nations Security Council when the United Nations and the United Nations Security Council, they talk say they want to make ceasefire take place. They bring together now the government forces and those resistant forces. They bring them together for sign the ceasefire agreement. For South Africa, all the movements and groups will they be defined for South Africa. When negotiations be one reach, the South African people, they be led now by the ANC. I don't tell you now, when I go read the book, where they come and say, the Mandela Way, the 15 Lessons in Leadership and Life by Nelson Mandela. When I go read them, you go see how the appetite, the South African government is starting negotiations with Mandela inside prison for build the process of negotiation. The only way where you go resolve conflict and bring to an end a conflict and for bring peace and justice or accountability. Now, when you deal with the principal actors of that conflict, any other thing, na mask. Any other thing, it no go bring the conflict to an end, and it go only prolong the suffering and death and destruction on both sides. The world be interested for resolve conflicts. The conflict for Ukraine right now, you get the government of Ukraine, but you get a lot of movement them. You get a lot of militia groups with the West, they don't form them, and the Ukrainian people, they don't form them. When the conflict started for February 2022, 2 months later, Ukraine and Russia, they be get themselves involved to what they call and say the Istanbul process. 2 months into the conflict, the same Zelensky, when the president of Ukraine, with the Russian president, Mr. Putin, they be there for Istanbul, for Turkey, for a negotiation process. Every conflict, it will be resolved now by an engagement of the principal actors of that conflict. So Cameroon fit run around. He go carry, he beep them for run around. He go carry their songos. Whoever you want carry them for make them wait till they not be. It no go work. And one, we the Ambazonian people, not only we go decide who go negotiate for Ambazonia. Now listen very carefully. I make Cameroon listen very carefully. The principal actors of this conflict, when they don't spend, they don't sacrifice their lives and everything where they get them. The suffering of our people then, the death of our people then, the pain of our people then, it no go be abused and be misused by any person for the purpose to manipulate the Ambazonian people for selfish motives and for fulfill the agenda of Cameroon. Now the oath that way the Ambazonia Governing Council don't take on. As we don't stand from the beginning till now, so we'll be the vanguards of this liberation struggle. Let me say we stand for protect the hopes, the dreams, the aspirations of the Ambazonian people then. And the purpose that would create the Ambazonia Defense Forces, and a reason that would create the Ambazonia Governing Council. On a reason that would create the Ambazonia Governing Council, we create the Ambazonia Defense Forces for those reasons. We go make the ultimate decision as a people. The Ambazonia Governing Council, it don't lay out a clear steps in so that no person, no group, no entity, it go misrepresent the Ambazonian people. Cameroon, if you pay whoever I want, people if you make all the noise that they want them on social media. The political leadership of the core Ambazonian nationalist movements, the defense groups when I did not fight this war, all Ambazonia defense groups, they could be represented by all their generals. Ambazonian community groups, as the leader talking, they go represent the various, they go represent the various aspects of our communities, from the prisoners to our refugees. They could be represented. The prisoners, they will be part of the negotiations, while refugees, they will be part of the negotiation process. So you get the political leadership, you get defense groups, you get what prisoners, what refugees, what community people them. Because we will speak as one. We will go in as one Ambazonia. We no want a situation where we will get way to one time and then we lost Ambazonia. We don't want a situation where we go win negotiations and lost Ambazonia because of foolishness and carelessness. We want to win for negotiation, and we want to win as Ambazonia. We want to win the country as well. We don't want to win and then go take those terms and go impose them on the people then. The people, they will reject them. The Ambazonian people, with this freedom, this liberation, this quest for independence, na their own, they must be part of the entire process. Just like we do them for Canada talks. If we not realize them, before the talks, even when the consultation will be go on, nobody from outside be even know anything will go on. The talks that take place, nobody be know what will go on. So when I forget this noise of social media, the real power is not on social media. Mr. Trump don't come in. He don't set a new tone. Cameroon won't talk. We will do them in a transparent and in a credible manner. We're not going to do any backdoor deals with Cameroon. Now, only nationalists, they go represent Ambazonia. Any person, remember, when you go for negotiation, we not hook up for fight, for talks with one federation. A form of the state is not what we are fighting for. That one at Cameroon a problem. So any person, any movement, any organization, where he don't take a position for advance anything, the form of the state, that one at Cameroon a problem is not an Ambazonia problem. That one at Cameroon a problem is not an Ambazonian problem. Any person where they talk about, may they give Ambazonia special status, that one at Cameroon a problem, not be Ambazonia problem. You did not on the side of La République du Cameroun. Now you and not only La République, the agenda that. Special status, you therefore, now you and La République get that business. Ambazonia go negotiate on the table. Then if he can't declare war on you, and you start for suggest to the person who declare war on you, waiting you want me the person who declare war on you, make he can't give you. Can't give me this. Can't give me special status. Can't give me autonomy. Can't give me devolution according to the herbalist. Can't give me federation. Cameroon no fit give you something where Cameroon never fit for give for itself. Cameroon no fit give you something where Cameroon no get them. All right? Cameroon no fit give you something where Cameroon self no get them. Now in negotiation process, we go hammer them out. Just like we hammer them out for Canada talks. And we achieve everything we want them during the pre-talks. So the pre-talks for Canada, it laid the foundation and it created the framework for any other future talks we go take place. We not go do something where we start, we stop, and then we go start all over. We start for here, we stop, we go start all over. Just like Mr. Putin, he don't tell Donald Trump, and he don't remind Ukraine. Say the Istanbul Peace Accord, it laid the basis and the foundation of any other future negotiation between Ukraine and Russia. The Canada pre-talks framework, it laid the foundation and a roadmap when it could be the basis of any future negotiation. We no go start again from scratch from Cameroon for try to define who Ambazonia be. We and Cameroon already define who will be as a people. We and Cameroon already design and accept and agree on which the territory be about, and the root cause of this conflict will accept and agree. Say the root cause of the conflict na Cameroon is occupation for Ambazonia. So we no go start some other nyamfoka discussion because Cameroon want manipulate and deceive we. Because they know say Canada talks, it lay the foundation of a clear roadmap for Ambazonia freedom and independence. Because Cameroon, it accept the identity of the Ambazonian people as not part of Cameroon, or will not be defined and described as a people of a geographic region of Cameroon, where identity be enshrined as a people of the territory of British Southern Cameroons, because Cameroon be the fear the name Ambazonia. The name Ambazonia, Cameroon, the fear them. So Cameroon accept a compromise name. Matos, that means say na give and take. We say, okay, if you know one Ambazonia, we will know you as Cameroon. We want make you see we, you call we Ambazonia. One name it come out for Ambas Bay. One name it get an organic origin from Ambas Bay. Now for that one name come out. So we will know you like Cameroon. You think say will be who? You Cameroon, Mr. Pobia, you the fight now who? Tell we who you the fight. It take 3 days for Cameroon for even accept who they fight them, because they not be fit for definer. They go back and forth to their prime minister and their president until we put them for a corner before they talk say, okay, we talk say because you define the people of northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Now the people that fight them. Until Cameroon come agree. So okay, then they go consider we, see we, accept we as people from the territory of British Southern Cameroons. Okay? We don't lay the basis, the identity, and situate the conflict. You lay the basis of any negotiation. The thing that the Ambazonia Governing Council, you don't tell Mr. Pobia, we are open for discussions, we'll be ready for negotiations, and we go negotiate as one people by the consequential actors of Ambazonia. Now we go represent Ambazonia, mobilize our people them, constitute our people them, and then all we now, we go sit down all we can select a team of legal experts. The people will be incorruptible. We will go through a vetting process for select who go for negotiations. It's not going to be easy. The mistakes of the past, we will do our best for mitigate the mistakes of the past. All right? So, wait till the Ambazonian people don't do them on the ground. Wait till what forces over the last 2 weeks, they don't demonstrate them. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, wait till they don't demonstrate them over the last 2 weeks. It shows a stable organization, a stable structure, a stable leadership. We don't escalate even beyond when the leader be there for outside. The ADF forces and forces across the territory, they don't carry more actions than even when the leader be there outside. Because of the system, the structure, we don't build them. Because over the last 7 years, we don't condition, train, teach, educate, programmed into the forces. What the fighting be all about? Why did they fight? And what do you mean? On ongoing basis, we educate, we continuously educate, reinforce, do positive reinforcement, retraining, and re-education. As the world change, so too will they adapt and adjust to the circumstances and realities, and innovate for make sure say we'll keep up with the pace of how the enemy they operate. That's why you gain disrespect. That's why any plan and any nyamfuka move where they occupy the user as a tool of manipulation, distortion, and manipulation, it fail. That's why over the last 2 weeks, 2 months and 2 weeks, we don't show them what the Ambazonia stand for. And for let them know, there will be no colonial presidential election for our territory. Any man and woman, you dare your foot for Ambazonia in the name of CPDM, in the name of Cameroon colonial elections, you do so at your own maximum risk. There any person where he enter the Ambazonia territory with the intention, purpose for talk about elections, Cameroon presidential elections for Ambazonia, you enter there as a declaration of war, and therefore the Ambazonian forces will treat you as such. Ambazonia not be a part of Cameroon. The Cameroon government, it get a right for whole elections for Cameroon territory. It be illegal. It be an insult. It be an abuse for any person for can stand inside on top that ground, for be for that territory, breathe that air, and talk say you want organized election on behalf of the murderers of our people then. So you go bear the cost of Cameroon's declaration of war on our people, and you go bear the cost of all the people there in Cameroon don't kill them. Any man and woman, he enter Ambazonia. You say one can conduct elections. You go pay a price for Cameroon in war we declare them on the Ambazonian people. You go bear the responsibility, and the Ambazonian people, they go hold you accountable for the 750,000 Ambazonians where they not get a place to stay. For the more than 30,000 Ambazonians that don't be killed. For the more than 400 and something thousand Ambazonians where they be refugees. For the thousands of Ambazonians where they suffer for La République du Cameroun, their concentration camp. Any man or woman where is step a foot for Ambazonia in the name of Cameroon presidential elections, we go hold you accountable for Cameroon, their crimes on our people. Including in Belamoki, where they confess today. Say, waiting be the reason for whole elections. And waiting them, then they go come up for go tell the people of Ambazonia as to the reason when they go for vote for Pobia. Not me a talk and Belamoki talk. I want to thank what mommy them, I want to thank what papa them, I want to thank what picking them, I want to thank what people them. The journey not easy. The South African people, they not be take them easy. They not be get them easy. The American people, them, they be die in their thousands. Forget the country they call them America today. The people of Canada, they fight all kind of war. Them. Now the same thing with the people of Norway. They fight all kind of war. Them. Today, Israel they fight all kind of war for maintain the state of Israel. Whether you disagree with their policy or you agree with their policy, that one not my business. That one their personal, moral things. Then you don't get anything to do with Israel as a state and as a people that they fight for. So if you get your opinion, I get my own opinion as well. But my opinion not been at the reality of the Israeli people them. Not just my opinion. They fight their own war. So whether you agree how they fight their war, it be up to your own moral compass as to how people they need for fight their own war. You get your own war for fight and for Ambazonia. Focus on that one. Israel, they say they want to fight their own war. May they fight their own war. Because now they live under the conditions where make them want to fight that way. I will come explain a couple of things for one year as to what did happen for the international system, what did go eventually happen for Palestine, and what did go become of Syria. I hope say Mr. Pobia, you don't watch what did don't happen for Assad, for Syria, for the dictator of Syria, and what go eventually become of Syria. It's not a good story. You will see that the same thing will happen for Pobia and for Cameroon. The Cameroon people will come to a point where they will be fed up. They will come to a place and a point. They will take to the streets. They will take guns. They will find guns. They will buy guns. Their police, their army, and their gendarme, they will turn against the same Pobia. Militia groups, defense groups, the youth of Cameroon, the young people of Cameroon, the old people of Cameroon, they go get to a point where they know say the only way where Cameroon will become free, and those people of Cameroon, they go get a future. Now, if they chase this murderer out, what happened for Assad, for Syria? Now it will happen for Pobia. And the disintegration of Syria, it will also be at the disintegration of Pobia. Now listen that for Paul Bia. I'm gonna talk this for today for now. Before I go, I want thank our generals and our commanders. I want thank all Ambazonian forces for their courage. I want thank the brave men and women who they don't give the Ambazonian people them the pride today. The fact say we as a people not give up. Because what we want be so strong. Because the future be so bright for our people them. So bright for our picking them. Because a good life, it be so big for all we. The dignity of our picking them. The dignity of our mammy them. For make sure say, what we don't go through as a people. What the people of Kajifu don't go through. The people of Dadi don't go through. The people of Baje don't go through. The people of Abonandu don't go through. The people of Agboken Jama don't go through. The people of Nsanakan don't go through. What the people of Manu don't go through. What the people of Fako don't go through. What the people of Lebialem don't go through. What the people of Meme don't go through. What the people of Ndian don't go through. What the people of Kupe don't go through. What are people them for the state of Bui don't go through. What are people them for the state of Momo don't go through. What are people them for Boyo don't go through. What are people them for Menchum don't go through. There were people them from Donga. Were people from Goketujia. What you don't go through. Now that torture. Now those killings. Now those burnings of our communities. Now those rapings. Now the torture. Now the terrorism. Now the abuse. Now the destruction of our businesses. Now the displacement they send we for become refugees and for people that for live for bush. Now I don't give with this tenacity. Now I don't inspire we. It keep we motivated. It give we the faith for endure so that we become free. So that we live better lives. More dignified lives. Create economic opportunities for our people then. Create a country where we are army that is staying for barracks. We were police. It could be now a police service for render services to the people. For create a state where corruption not the day. For create a state of equal opportunity. So that you today, that boy and that girl who they born you inside bush, now you go become the next Ambazonia Prime Minister. Now you go become the next Ambazonia Governor. Now you go become the elected Ambazonia Mayor. Now you go become the next elected Ambazonia Member of Parliament. Now you go become the director of this, the director of that. Now you go become the next Ambazonia Commissioner of Police. Where you go protect the system and the people and for make sure say we get a corruption-free Ambazonia. Whether it be police or you work now for Ambazonia Intelligence Services, you be corrupt, they put you for public trial, and they sentence you in front of all man. Now you go be the next Ambazonian researcher. You go be the next Ambazonia doctor. And you fit talk for my meeting for pidgin. And you fit talk for my meeting for country talk. Now you go be the next Ambazonia construction engineer for our roads, for our bridges. Now you go be the next Ambazonia person where you specialize for AI. Now you go become the next Ambazonia Ministry of Health or Secretary of Health for combine both traditional medicine, allopathic medicine, for use alternative medicine and scientific medicine. Bring all of these various modalities and see the benefits of each and see how we heal our people. Then now you go create the next breakthrough with all our forests and the diversity we'll get them. For create the next best medicine without any side effect to the human system. Grow the most nutritious food for feed our people them and make them healthy. Give our people them the cleanest water for drink with the highest amount of pH. Find the nutrients and the minerals where they be deficient and create systems whether not for put out inside yogurt so that as we begin to consume that yogurt, they get balanced nutrients. Create free schools with the highest quality of education, cleanliness, and safety for our begin them. And begin to go there. The government of Ambazonia, it provide free breakfast for beginning for school and free lunch for Ambazonia beginning for school. So that every family for every month, they get child allowance. Every big papa and every big mommy will get allowance from the Ambazonia government. Yes, we'll be rich enough. We will not live and make these noisemakers, the crowd and poison when I head from waiting when I want them. Get faith, stay strong. The future be bright, and you must protect that bright future. You must protect that bright future from wolves and scavengers. You don't go through a lot for the last 63 years. You deserve something much more beautiful and much more better. This jacket way I wear them, when I put my hand for one of the pocket, I found a piece of paper. I don't know how long that paper don't stay inside it. I tell you when I wait to come out inside it. Now in this, I be write this thing and I don't even know the date. You cannot achieve anything good in your life by doing evil. Now in this. It come up for this jacket today. I just put my hand for the see how I fit arrange this small nyangati. Then with this paper come out inside my pocket. You cannot achieve anything good in your life by doing evil. And this, Archbishop Desmond Tutu. You got a bright future. You got a beautiful future. God don't direct you. He give you the power. He give you the strength. He give you the stamina for overcome all the temptations and the obstacles. And he give you the strength for fulfill God a glory for your life. God don't make a promise for you. God got a divine promise for give you a better life, for give you freedom, for give you the highest quality of life, for give you a country of abundance and prosperity and wealth. Not leave them. You allow yourself, instead for claim your abundance, instead for claim your glory, instead for claim your future, you leave yourself, go claim la République grave. La République na death. La République na torture. La République na pain. La République na genocide. La République na massacre. La République na prison. La République na calé. La République na corruption. La République na rape. La République na for key baby them. Ambazonia na human rights. Na development. Na better road networks across every single Ambazonian village. Ambazonia, na that road the way they cross them so across all Ambazonian cities. Ambazonia na the best healthcare system. We go be free for every Ambazonian citizen. Ambazonia na the best economic system. Na the best scientific system. Na the best legal system. We are magistrates. Corruption free. You be guilty until the court it talks say you be innocent. Until the court it talks say they find you guilty. If he accuse you for something, but you be innocent until they go for court, they judge that case, magistrates, they lawyer them, they fight until they talk say be guilty. You not be guilty for anything. Will not be La République. La République, the moment some person talks something, you be guilty. Now you must go prove yourself, say be innocent. La République na die. La République na for burn people their house. La République na for make ame wa mami, they die for bush. Na for kill wa people them. La République na for catch wa people them. Put them for prison. Beat them for prison. Torture them for prison. May they die miserably. La République na poverty. La République na smelling country. La République na people that they shit for road. They shit for their streets. La République, the place where La République they chop, na the same place La République go peace. Na the same place. The place where La République they chop. Na the same place La République the peace. Na the same place La République the chop. La République na siko. Ambazonia na life. La République na death. Ambazonia na life. La République na Satan. Ambazonia na God. La République na destruction. Ambazonia na for build. La République na for scatter everything. La République own na for fix things. La République na for dehumanize. Ambazonia na for elevate. You be a child of God. God get a promise for your life. God get a vision for your life. God already designed them for you. Your destiny already be created. Now, na for we for go take them. Na for we for go claim them. The work don't be done. We don't pay the price. We already make the sacrifices. Now, na for go claim them. Na for go claim that glory. Na for claim that victory. Na for claim Ambazonia for the benefit of the Ambazonian people. Then, I'm a message this one for today. We love you now. May God bless you now.
Ambazonia Defense Forces, the vanguards of the Ambazonia War of Independence.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. I never knew I could be here. I want to be grateful to Anya and her wonderful team for a great initiative for people who are virtually unknown. It's been a long time that I have been struggling for freedom, the right to social democracy, freedom of assembly, free speech, and the protection of human dignity. I've been to jail, I've been tortured, but I said to myself, paying a price for a greater goal is worth more than anything for me. But one of the greatest challenges I faced in my life was when I was dismissed from the university. You can never understand what it means, because for us Africans, education is more than the right to become part of one of the schisms that we all aspire to join. For us, it's about freedom. We live in a communitarian society where we are each other's keeper. So when you are expelled from the university, it is a challenge not only to you as an individual, it's a challenge to your family. It's like a betrayal of the trust invested in you to pursue knowledge for the betterment of your people, your village, and for your own self. I was not only dismissed, I was banned from attending any other university in the country. Then I lost my right to stay in the country. My friends were in prison. I was a student of chemistry, but I decided in 2007, 13 years after I lost my right to education, I never had any chance, no support. No mechanism was in place to give people like us an opportunity to start it all over again. I decided I was going to study human rights, to be able to contribute to the freedom of my friends who were in prison, and to be able to contribute to the process of the protection of human dignity all over the world. I never had the chance. I had no sponsor. I had to apply for the German citizenship to be able to have the possibility to travel to London because I had a refugee status. I traveled to London. I slept in abandoned homes to be able to go to school. At one time, it was so difficult that this university asked me if I could step out, organize myself before I re-enrolled. I said, it's 15 years. I can't keep waiting. I slept from one abandoned home to the other until I moved to Norway, where I met here my fiancée and now my wife. I was flying every Tuesday from Torp Airport. I slept at Stansted Airport on the floor. I drove to London City with the bus. I attended lectures from 10 o'clock. I finished at about 2. I took the flight late at night back to Torp to be able to come and do Avis boot early in the morning, do cleaning in the afternoon to be able to survive, because there was no mechanism to support. I was so happy when I graduated. I enrolled in international relations. Still no support. I left classes halfway to go and give papers to be able to survive. I've now enrolled to do a PhD in human rights law. Still no support. I have to do night shift, morning shift, afternoon shift, and evening shift so I can pay my fees. This is the journey when there is no support. Today we are all here because a great idea has been transformed from a dream to reality. And I was very happy when I heard the foreign minister spoke and the rector spoke, because these are people who can make it happen. I call myself a foot soldier. They are policy people. To be able to have accepted such a great idea is not surprising because we are here in Norway. It's a country that epitomizes more than just a dream for so many people. Very happy that many people would get this message. This program sends a message to those who dismiss me from the university, those who continue to oppress students all over the world, that some people listen from somewhere, and that you, the students who continue to struggle for democracy, for freedom of assembly, speech, and the protection of human dignity, you are not on your own. Someone, somewhere, somehow cares about you. And we are all happy to be here today. This journey has just begun. Let's keep walking until we make sure we can eradicate across the globe those systems of impunity that have made it impossible for so many young people to live their dreams. Thank you very much.
Mr. Minister, every day Cameroonians are dying because of bad. How? For how long are we going to cry as a people? For how long are Cameroonians going to shout out? We have elections next year. What do you want us? Look, we are leaving this place, for those of us who live in the communities, we are not safe. Because people will say we have gone and voted what? People will ask those questions. We don't have answers, no matter what CRTV is trying to portray now. Areas. I come from the southwest. We have 6 divisions. How many of those divisions are adequately linked to the regional headquarters? The regional headquarters itself is not linked to the economic capital, which is the way out. Now, we condemn English-speaking Cameroonians for being terrorists. Let me reveal this to all of you, the government bench. You are giving a lot of work to our gallant military boys. If you want to condemn the people of Lebialem and say they subscribe to Ambazonia tendencies, it is simple. The bottom line is underdevelopment. There are no roads. The minister mentioned Ekondo Titi Kumba here when he last came here. There is no road to Ekondo Titi, sir. Even a motorbike cannot go to Ekondo Titi. Let us be frank. We cannot be pretending here. We should call a spade a spade. People have resorted to going by sea to Ndian Division. Mr. President, I understand you, but give me some time to cry to you. Translate the cry of Cameroonians to you. This is what I'm saying. It is appalling. It is bad. The situation is bad. Other speakers have mentioned areas I don't want to mention. But look at, you cannot travel from economic capital to the national capital. You cannot travel to Kribi, which is to sell Cameroon, the future of our nation. Mr. Minister, we saw you signing a document saying that there will be a road from Bikoko to West Coast Idi now. The people of the west, of the southwest, are used to what you are trying to do. A contract was signed to plant a bitumen plant in Limbe. Till date, it is not there. A cement factory, it is not there. The Limbe seaport, all, Tico airport, is this, tell us, is this another deception? Mr. President, no. Let us say.
Ambazonia Defense Forces, the vanguards of the Ambazonia War of Independence.